Hi everybody, so welcome back to my channel. If you're new, please check it out. There's a lot of tips and tricks, a lot of how to clean something, and also some product reviews and unboxing. So today what I will talk to you about is the products that I bought when I first bought my horse that actually didn't end up working for me. So it's not that they're not good products overall, it just didn't end up working for me and my horse. So I will start with Charles Owen helmet. So I bought myself a Charles Owen helmet when I joined the equestrian team at my university. And the reason why I bought it is basically because the price point was kind of good. It was around $200, I think, $250. And basically all the other helmets were like way more. Some were $700. So if you're looking for a Sam Shield or some other brands, were really, really expensive. But I just needed one helmet to do the season with the university, and that's why I ended up buying that helmet. So it came with, I think it was a junior 8. I think that was the model it was. And it was like a little felt on the outside and a lot of padding. The only thing that I didn't really like with the helmet is it's not really breathable, so you end up like sweating buckets underneath there. So I was always like, after like maybe 10-20 minutes just like trotting or just into the lessons, I would start sweating, and then that means the helmet smells pretty bad. And the other thing is it gives you like a really big head. I think it's about that thick, maybe 1.5 to 2 inches thick. So I know a helmet's supposed to protect your head, but 2 inches is actually quite heavy, and it's also it's also not the best way to kind of hold your head. Like, it makes it really uncomfortable. After maybe 2 or 3 uses, I started having like rubbing marks on my forehead after the lesson. And the helmet was actually like, it was fitting right. It's just that the motion was making it like really rock into place and just like rub against my forehead quite a lot. So yeah, that's why it didn't end up working for me. So as soon as the season was over, I ended up selling it to somebody. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, I just think it's like a very heavy helmet without any, like, there's no holes for hair basically in that helmet. If you look at the Sam Shield, there's like a little vent in the front. That means like there's actually airflow. And a lot of them have also a detachable liner inside, but the Sam Shield had no detachable liner. So that means you have to keep on either spraying it with disinfectant. Yeah, it actually was pretty hard to clean before I actually sold it to someone. So I tried to clean as much as I can, but yeah, it's kind of just like scrubbing the surface and just wetting it and putting soap. There's not much you can do about it. Yeah, that's why I ended up selling it. The other thing that goes with the helmet is the helmet covers. So since it was like a velvet on the top, so I decided to buy helmet covers. So the first one I bought, it's like a PVC type, a bit like a poncho type of helmet cover. And I used it, I think, twice, and as you can see, it already broke. It wasn't that expensive, but it's just, yeah, you know, like if you're using it twice and it's already ripping apart, it's not really great. So this is supposed to be put on a helmet to protect you from the rain. I'm sure it does a great job doing that, but it didn't really do a good job protecting my helmet when I had it. So that's why I ended up buying this one. So this is an Ovation helmet cover. I don't even know if I can give you the shape so you can see. So you have like room to put the little visor in there. And then at the back you have the classic reversed bow. And I just bought it because I like the look of it. Like, I like the classic equestrian helmet look. And it was a way to protect the velvet or the little suede that was on the other helmet. And that's why I initially liked it. There's nothing wrong with these products. I mean, they do cover your helmet and everything, but yeah, I just think overall, like, if I would have avoided this altogether, I think I would have just not bought the helmet and not bought these things as well to go with it. The other thing, the most useless thing I've ever bought is actually the replacement surcingle stoppers. So you can buy these. It's not really expensive once again, but you know, if you keep on buying things that you don't need, yeah, it just stacks up after a while. So these are supposed to be replacement for your blanket. So, you know, every time, usually most of the blankets that you get would get little stoppers on there for when at the closure, and these are just replacement pieces. So I've owned my horse for what, 3 years? And I've never needed to replace these. I thought they would wear out, I guess, more than they did, and that's why I bought this when I bought my first blanket, but never ended up using it. So yeah, don't buy it. You don't need it. The other thing is the brushes. So when you have a brand new horse, you don't know exactly how he's gonna be, what they're gonna like, what type of personality they're gonna have. So I was pretty blessed with having a Chestnut mare that's also off the track. So she was really, really sensitive. She didn't like to be brushed. I know that the horses on the track don't get brushed really like a lot. They just get a quick brush and then hop on and then go for their race. But yeah, she totally hated it. And she's also very sensitive, like her skin's very sensitive. And there's some brushes that she just can't, like she doesn't like at all. Most of them are like the curry comb brushes. They're just really too rough on her. She just doesn't like them at all. So I'm saying basically if you just purchase a horse, just buy, I guess, dandy brushes, maybe a rubber curry comb. You can't really go wrong with that, but avoid anything that's really harsh on them. I'll put a picture here to show you what the type of brushes that I had and that I sold recently. Just because it's been like 3 years, it's been sitting in my grooming box and I never ended up using them. I think I tried to use them once on her and then I just gave up on the idea. So yeah, you might want to just wait, have your horse, buy your dandy brush, buy just like the fluffy kind, anything that's soft to begin with, and see how your horse reacts to that before you go and buy other things that, you know, might be too harsh on your horse and might end up not using them like I did. The other thing is also the sweat scraper and the butt knife. So a sweat scraper, I don't know, I don't see no use of buying one. I mean, usually the facility I board my horse at usually have like a sweat scraper or any kind of tool to help you dry your horse, like usually in the shower. So it's not really like a necessity to buy one. So I would say just stay away from that. That's going to save you a couple bucks. And the other thing that I had in that kit was also a butt knife. So yeah, unless you know you're gonna have butts or it's like something very common in your area, I would say you don't need it. So I got the butt knife in the grooming kits at the beginning, but never ended up using it. So yeah, I would say just stay away from it. You don't need all these extra little things. You don't need to have it all either. So I would say stick to the essential when it comes to brushes or anything anyway. So, and then the last thing is actually the biggest thing is Greenhawk has a lot of products, but when it comes to saddles, I had my horse and I had no saddle to ride her on, so I just thought that buying a saddle package would be the best way for me to save some money and be able to ride my horse actually. So it worked out great for maybe a week or two, just because, yeah, she was off the track. She had definitely like a different body than she has now, so she was still developing. Yeah, so the saddle ended up being a poor fit. After I think a month of using it, I was lunging her with it just before I get on, and then I was noticing that the saddle was like literally clapping on her back. So it was just not fitting properly. I tried to put like every single like half pad on the market and it couldn't even fix it. Like even my Ogilvy saddle pad couldn't fix it. It was just such a poor fit. It didn't end up like working for me, so I had to sell it. With that package, it came with a bridle. The bridle is actually fine. I still have it today. It's great. I mean, it's a Val du Bois bridle and it does the job. It's working fine. It had a fluffy girth, and then yeah, this one I didn't end up really liking it. I still use it today, but I don't really like it. It's not really washable, and the stretch doesn't have a lot of give. So when your horse moves, it moves a bit like a robot. So it's not the best girth on the market, but it will definitely, like if you're just starting and you don't mind spending the $800 that the kit you know, is sold for, it would definitely get you going. Just on the longest, or on the long road, sorry, it didn't really work out great for us. It came with stirrups as well, stirrup leathers, nothing wrong with them. I mean, they're fine. It came with a saddle cover and a saddle pad. So I still have the saddle pad today. It's the pink saddle pad I have in like most of my pictures. I was intending to do like a pink set for her. The saddle pad is it's okay. I mean, it's a good, I mean, schooling type of saddle pad. It's in cotton. It ended up like pilling, so they have little balls of cotton that just, as soon as you wash it, it's just gonna start wearing out. And the color, like, I think faded, like most of it faded, like it's barely pink anymore. And I think I washed it twice. Like, I don't even wash it that often, and it didn't really stay, the color didn't stay in. So yeah, I would say if you're a new horse owner, I would say just start slowly. Try to get to know the horse you're buying. If you're not sure what type of personality, what they like, what they don't like, I try to ask as many questions as you can when you're purchasing it. And then once you're starting, just go one thing at a time. For me, I just think that buying an adjusted or custom saddle really works better in the long run. Like, or just make sure at least that the tree is something that you can modify, just if you're starting and you just want to buy something and see if it works, just because the horse is going to change like probably 100 times in a 1 year. So you want to make sure that, you know, the things that you're buying are good quality and it will last you for a bit. So yeah, I hope you have a good experience with your first horse and that you have learned from my mistakes. Make sure you know exactly what you're getting into, and it's a funnest ride. It's really a good ride, owning your first horse. But yeah, it takes some adjustments, and yeah, you don't want to go all crazy and buy a billion things. Just go, yeah, one step at a time, and you'll get there. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe to my videos. Have a good one.